He's running for, you have some fans here, Dwayne, New York State Assembly in District 29. Dwayne, come on up.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Dwayne!
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Again, my name is Dwayne Moore, and I'm running for New York State Assembly in District 29, which encompasses Rosedale, Springfield Gardens, Littleton, Hollis, Jamaica, Addersley Park, and St. Albans. And the reason I decided to run is because I feel like the American dream is under attack. So a little bit about me. I love this country. My family has been in this country since the slave ships entered from West Africa. And even though this country has its complex history, as almost every place has, the Democrats like to make it seem like my ancestry is full of victims, but no, we were victors. Just as anyone that came to this country, kind of start from the bottom, work their way up. My ancestors were business owners. They worked building the once world-class bridges and tunnels in this country overnight, making this the dominant power of a country that it once was. My grandparents came from Virginia, moved to New York, was able to afford a home in East New York, Brooklyn, raise a family. My family was able to buy a home in Rosedale, one of the best neighborhoods and one of the wealthiest areas for black people to live in the country, also one of the wealthiest areas for black people to live in the world. And then to produce me, my ancestors' wildest dream, to be able to go to Stony Brook, graduate with honors, be able to become a teacher, working, successful, be able to become a model, travel the world, things that my ancestors dreamed of. And even though they didn't have that opportunity, just as many immigrants that came here first generation and they struggled, they dreamed of that American dream for their kids, for those future generations. They struggled so they could buy that first home, take care of it and pass it down. And what I see right now, that dream is in decline. It's slipping away from us, under attack by our own elected officials. And I have a personal story. This very morning, I was getting into my car to go to the gym, as I do, and I seen a young gentleman sleeping on my porch. Sleeping on my porch. And he seen me, guys, he heard footsteps, and he got up and he started moving. And my first question to him was, "Are you okay?" He looked at me, he shook his head, and I said, "Do you need water?" He said, "No." He gave me a pound and he walked away. As frustrated as I was seeing somebody sleeping at my home, it was more sad because this is the reality of America in 2024. Our own citizens are sleeping on the street. While we can find billions of dollars to house migrants and incentivize illegal immigration and put them in 4-star hotels and give them $1,400 credit cards to buy food. While teenage boy looked like young me had to find refuge, luckily in front of my house, a safe place still. But this is what America is. What is the future for this young man? Will he ever raise a family? Will he ever buy a house? Will he just rot away on the streets like generations of other Americans, veterans that fought for this country? Well, where's the priority of our elected officials? And then the few homes that we have that we're holding on to, they want to get rid of with the city of yes. So they can tear down these homes so they can have these large developments to make us look like China or India or Russia, where there's no home ownership, there's no individual freedoms, and the government gets to tell you what to do. This is what we're up against in 2024. This is the reality. And don't let the mainstream media fool you. You can't run for president and not actually have policies, especially when you're elected in office. This is, and where I'm from, Jamaica, Queens, we've been voting people in for decades. They're supposed to be advocating and helping the black community while the wealth has gone down, while the condition of our communities has gone down. There's more degenerate behavior, young men roaming on the streets, no careers, no lives, not gonna ever have a family or ever have the American dream that I dream to have. We are in decline. Our once pristine streets crumbling away. A train system that looks like it should be of a third world country, not the wealthiest in the world. And what are our elected officials doing? Just Nothing. Nothing. What do they tell the black community? Don't vote for them. They're racist. They're racist. They're racist. Why? They keep stealing money. They keep doing whatever they want, lying to us. So for me, this is personal. As someone that's a proud American, that believes in this country, that wants to see us grow and improve, that wants to see us improve the schools. Our kids, less than 50% of kids in New York City are reading on grade level. What have the Democrats done to improve that? Well, I mean, they put a lot of nonsense stuff in the school system. They'd rather teach a kid about pronouns than actual real skills. This is what they do. What are they doing about that? Less than 30% of black kids read on grade level. No math, nothing. What are they doing about affordability? They say, I'm fighting for you, I'm fighting for you. Can you fight for me to have an affordable city to live in? They get all of the tax money, they got speed cameras everywhere, they want to have a congestion tax, but yet they're fighting for me as the bureaucratic state gets larger and larger. They get their friends' cushy position to do nothing, while the average person suffers so that they could just concoct things that destroy our quality of life. So I decided to run as someone that's 29 years old, so I can get my name on the ballot, just to give people a chance. My opponent, Alicia Hindman, has never actually had a general election opponent in her entire career. That's not democracy. That's not democracy. At bare minimum, people have a choice this election. They got another name to select instead of the status quo. This is about 10 years of no competition while things get worse. So, while I know the odds may not be in my favor as a first-time candidate, and I know how difficult it is, it's a belief in America. It's a belief that we can do better. We can fix the schools. We can fix the infrastructure. We can rise America up again to be great because we deserve more, America deserves more, and together when we bound and we have God in the middle and we believe in family and we really have our faith, we can make America great again together. Thank you so much.
We're going to have questions at the end, but we have a couple